Stream Elements said Yield Nerdcast is now live. Streaming Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Forging on and Mass Murder Simulator, Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Nerdcast. It is Devin broadcasting as always live from an undisclosed location in the center of Texas on a pretty, I guess, chill-esque Thursday evening. How's everybody doing out there? Oh man, it's like here in Austin for like pretty much since Thanksgiving, maybe since a couple days.
Becky said, "Man, I'm so glad I have Jomber Gibbs."
Yeah, what's up, Vince? Welcome back to the stream. How's your night treating you? Pretty much ever since, I guess, the day after or the day before Thanksgiving, it's just been really cold and gray and rainy here. And going on a week straight of that, it's got me, I mean, I'm getting the seasonal affective disorder pretty bad right now. It's not the best in the world right now, but it's all right. That's fine. It'll be sunny next week. I think it's actually supposed to warm up to like 71, 72 this weekend, and sunny. So that'll be a good change of pace. This is exactly why I can't live in the north. Exactly why I can't live in an actual cold weather area. I was watching a little bit of the Cowboys game, the Cowboys Lions game, and it was competitive, more competitive than I thought it'd be. Jahmyr Gibbs is crazy. It was funny because I had it on mute.
Haunted Taco 12 said it was a beautiful 4 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday.
Oh my god. What's up, Taco? Welcome back to the stream. I'd ask you how you're doing, but I'm guessing the answer is probably
Street
cold.
Corner Becky said I have Gibbs and Brandon Aubrey, 60 points between the two.
God damn. I have David Montgomery. He got a touchdown, so that's cool. But I had it on mute.
12 said I'm actually pretty warm.
I had it on mute when Gibbs caught that pass and then juked that dude into a face plant. I forget who was defending him, but he just like completely fell on his face, like flat on the ground. Like one of the most. I had it on mute, so I don't know how people reacted to that, but I just remember seeing that out the corner of my eye, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Street Corner Becky said it's 14F here.
14? Oh, Jesus! I don't even know how cold it is here. I just know that it's cold. Yeah, it's only 45 here. Like compared to our normal, this is like, oh, it's starting to get cold, but we will never, well, I can't say that. I'm not going to jinx it. I'll say the likelihood that we would ever have to deal with like single digit temperatures or even temperatures in the teens here is unlikely. In fact, even the year where we had that epic freeze.
Street Corner Becky said I'm also in a basement, so we run out little space heater. It's safe, not one of the old-timey ones.
I have a pretty dope space heater that I really like. I generally tend to use that over my my heater. But yeah, even the year we had that epic freeze, we didn't get down into the teens. I think the lowest it got then was like maybe 23.
12 said got the fire running.
I wish I had a fireplace in this house too. That would be a nice option. I kind of miss having a fireplace.
At Genetic Memory Farm said, well, you know the saying, -30F keeps the riffraff out. Good evening, good peeps. I hope you are all safe and stoned. It is only 4F here, so normal. We wear wool socks and sweaters. Layers are key.
Yo, what's up, Genetic Memory Farms? Welcome back to the stream.
With her pinky up, in her log cabin, fire running.
Yeah, Taco has sounds to me like Taco has a good little setup going on over there. She's got a cozy fire in her mountainside cabin.
Haunted Taco 12 said fireplaces are great, but they can be a pain to clean.
I guess so. I guess I've never cleaned a fireplace before. I mean, it's Texas, so even when I lived in a house that had a fireplace, it never got used more than maybe 3 or 4 times a year. You see, the cold weather. The cold weather is making me yawn. If this was going to be a longer stream tonight, it probably won't be. I started off a little later than I would have liked. I would have grabbed my space heater.
Haunted Taco 12 said I sometimes Ensla, hire my niece and nephews as chimney sweeps.
Like Dickensian era chimney sweeps. I hope you force them to speak with a Cockney accent while they're cleaning the chimneys. Oi, Aunt Taco! I cleaned the chimney right for you! That's my best attempt at a Cockney accent. As a child, Cockney accent.
Haunted Taco 12 said of course not, they don't speak English.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That's a different type of child
Lulu
labor.
Deadly said.
Hey, what's up, Lulu? Welcome back to the stream. How are you doing tonight? This new voice doesn't know how to do less than three the way that
Taco 12 said,
the Suki voice did.
But it makes it darker.
I just envisioning you I don't want to get dark with that. It's too dark. If we lived in different times, I guess if we lived in happier, cheerful times, then maybe the dark jokes would, the gallows humor here would be a little bit more, acceptable.
Street Corner Becky said, I know I'm the odd duckling, but I like the new voice, and like how it doesn't say emotes. Haunted Taco 12 said, I wonder if Galby can say anything after that.
Nope.
Street Corner Becky said, Black Cat Luck.
Black Cat Love. It says the emotes. Yeah, I guess it still says the emotes. It says some.
Street Corner Becky said, okay, NBM, it says them.
I think you are the only person that likes this voice, though.
Said the old 6 Galby.
I guess this is officially the Galby voice. If the other one was Suki, then this one is the Galby voice.
7G said, I used to be a chimney sweep until I took an arrow to the knee.
Yo, what's up, Kite? Welcome back to the stream. How are you doing tonight? Hope you're having a good evening. But yeah, I've just, the cold, the gray, and then other life issues have kept me in a real depressive funk the past week or so. It's not great. Not great, but what can you do? It's only going to get worse as conditions continue to deteriorate.
Lulu Deadly said, we need another King of the Castle stream.
I was actually thinking about that the other day too. I was looking up to see if anybody even still streamed the game, and there was one person.
Haunted Taco 12 said, humor and satire help me with the darkness.
Fair point. Fair point. I think I'll probably do a King of the Castle stream here soon.
Becky said, Eve been fiending for King of the Castle. I missed
Eve?
the chat enabled streams.
Eve? All right, well maybe this Saturday then.
Street Corner Becky said, I've. Maniacal Toaster said, hello, it is me, and I am the very model of a modern major general. I hum man a hubba hum man something something general.
Yeah, what's up, Toaster? Welcome back to the stream. How are you doing tonight?
Haunted Taco 12 said, we need to throw Devin in the river.
It's too cold for the river.
Street Corner
You
Becky
always throw
said,
me in the river.
Did that a lot too if you forgot the apostrophe.
You always throw me in the river. We got to do a different one if we do that. I'm okay with doing a King of the Castles this Saturday.
Haunted Taco 12 said, it's a custom. Lulu Deadly said, I finished. I do the blood ritual.
What? I finished? What? Lulu's having a different type of party night over there, I guess.
Taco 12 said, it is that time of year. Street Corner Becky asks Lulu, are you still planning on streaming in the future? Maniacal Toaster said, I also finished. Winking face emoji.
That was my first thought too, Toaster.
Sponsored a few dogs and cats at a local shelter and got them all some food,
oh, hell yeah.
snacks, and toys.
Awesome. Awesome. Hell yeah.
Lulu
You know what?
Said, sorry, didn't delete the first sentence all the way, haha.
We're just going to choose to
Lulu
believe
Deadly
that you
said,
finished.
yes. I finished my stream art, which was what I was going to say. Real no just a big applause.
That applause was for you, Kite, for the for sponsoring those dogs and cats at the shelter. Good job. The people want to know, Lulu. The people want to know. So you finished your stream art. Awesome. Hell yeah. I liked what you showed me the
Lulu
preview
Deadly
of.
said, got a new computer and Devin helped get it running. Working on OBS.
Hell yeah. Awesome. I know Toaster
Street
wants
Corner
to...
Becky said, that's why I did the shout out, making sure people are following her. Haunted Taco 12 said the Katamari soundtrack is playing in my brain.
I know Toaster wants to do the RV There Yet collab, and I'm down for that too. I know you, Lulu, want to do the Demonologist collab, and I guess I'm reluctantly down with that too. Oh no, I hear scratching in the litter box. Luckily, I was smart enough to
Haunted
keep
Taco
my
12
candle
asks, what does
nearby.
katana mean?
Does katana mean? I don't even know what you mean by that. Speaking of
Lulu
katana,
Deadly said I have to pet sit 10 to 14, so I will be away from my computer. So I am hoping to get everything set up so I can stream as soon as I get home.
speaking of katana, I started watching that Netflix show Last Samurai Standing. I only got through maybe half of the first episode before I fell asleep. It seems pretty neat so far. I'm going to continue watching it, but I saw that Stranger Things 5 was out. Unpopular opinion maybe, but I don't like Stranger Things. I thought the first season was awesome. The first season, and this is a part of what fucks it up for me. The first season came out in the Obama administration. Like, Obama was still president. And like, here we are, 2025, and these grown-ass men are still acting like they're high school kids and shit. Like, it just feels weird. It feels off. Like, their voices are all deeper
Haunted
and
Taco
shit.
12 said Obama.
Yeah, I don't have that sound drop anymore, unfortunately.
At Genetic Memory Farms asks me either, not a fan of Stranger Things. What is Last Samurai Standing about?
I liked the first
Haunted Taco
Stranger
12 said
Things.
Obama.
The first season was good, but I think it should have ended there. Their original idea was
Haunted
to
Taco 12 said
make
the
it
Obama.
an anthology show. Like, the first season was about Hawkins and those kids, and the second season was going to be some other different weird story with the different cast, and then the third season, etc.
Haunted Taco 12 said,
And
wow, they plan to turn it into an anthology series.
yeah, and that sounds awesome. And I would have loved that. That would have been
Haunted Taco
great.
12 said, yeah.
But like, stretching this story out for like a decade, it feels weird. It feels weird. I don't like it.
Haunted Taco 12
I'm
said
over
they just
it.
made way too much money in the first season.
Yeah, this is the innovation of capitalism, I suppose. So I started watching that, and even though I did like, I watched the last season too, and I wasn't super enthused by it, but I did like the whole D&D aspect, and you know, Eddie and Metallica and all that. That was fine. That was interesting, but I'm just not into it right now. So
Lulu Deadly said, yeah, it would have been cool if each season was a different kid that was part of the project.
yeah, I would have preferred
Maniacal
that.
Toaster said, Devin. Important news.
What is the important news? Also, I'm noticing that Galby takes very long pauses in between sentences. But what is this important news? And Genetic Memory Farms, Last Samurai Standing is
Haunted Taco
basically
12
like
said, I like the show, but I want them to revisit the anthology idea.
from.
Arachnid Soul said, I watched I think a season and a half and then I had to get out.
Yo, what's up, Arachnid? Welcome back to the stream. How are you doing tonight? Well, I'm glad my unpopular opinion isn't that unpopular around here. But Last Samurai Standing is basically
Arachnid Soul said the show got odd. I got confused. It felt like it was just on to be on.
Yep.
And it was running long.
From what I could tell, and again, I've only watched the first half episode, but takes place in the end of the samurai era. A samurai who becomes, I guess, not a samurai anymore, is struggling with his sick kids and destitution, and somebody, I don't quite know yet, but somebody is hosting a fighting tournament with a massive grand prize. So this samurai grabbed his, even though swords are banned and people needed to give up their swords, he still had his. He was trying to pawn it. He was trying to pawn his sword for money so he could help his sick kids, but like, the pawn shop person wouldn't take it for whatever reason. But like, he grabbed his sword, and I guess he's going to go fight in this tournament. We'll see how it develops, but it's shot really well. It looks great, and so far the acting is really good too. So I'm looking forward to diving a little bit deeper into it. I think 2026 probably is going to be 2026 and 2027 may be tough years for like media because there hasn't been a lot of like shows being picked up.
Arachnid Soul said I watched 11 seasons of The Walking Dead because I said to myself before it started that I'd watch it all the way through. It was great for the first 2 seasons, and then still okay for season 3 and 4. Then it fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
Haunted Taco 12 said a lot of people don't realize just how not long ago the samurai died out.
No, it's late
Street Corner Becky
1800s.
said Fallout Season 2 all I care about right now, lol.
Next week. Well, what I was gonna say is that like
Toaster said Walking Dead just won't stop. Arachnid Soul said the last say 5 seasons it felt like work.
Toaster, you said important news, but then you didn't say what the important news was.
Arachnid Soul said facts at Maniacal Toaster.
But scripts, there haven't been a lot of scripts being sold. There's not a lot in production right now.
Maniacal Toaster said the computer won't let me send you it. Hang on.
Oh jeez.
LOL.
So yeah, I think the next couple years
Walking Dead games, Walking Dead shows.
probably not going to have a whole lot of new
Haunted Taco 12 said
movies or
Taco.
TV shows. Yeah, most people prefer those games over the show, but I watched the first episode of Walking Dead and was out. I was like, not for
Street
me.
Corner Becky said Sabaton has a great song about how the samurai still had groups that refused to stop and died to the gun. It's called Shirayama, probably spelled that wrong. Arachnid Soul said I agree at Haunted Taco 12. Lulu Deadly said I am broken-hearted Sandman AMD Dead Boy Detectives got cancelled.
Well, Sandman.
At Genetic Memory
Me too.
Farms asks so Devin, seems like there may be something to be happy about. Texas has the go-ahead for redistricting, and since they did the math based on Latino voters, might be getting hoisted by their own petard.
That's possible. We'll have to see how that
Taco
works
12
out.
said Clementine is a beast.
But yeah, Sandman was awesome. I love
Taco
Sandman.
12 said that kid is absolutely awesome.
You know, that's just Neil Gaiman being a
Arachnid
creep,
Soul
catching
said
up with
the
them.
first episode of Walking Dead was slow. The show was better from episode 2 on for a few seasons. Arachnid Soul said episode 1 of The Walking Dead they were going for shot stuff with the comic book and it kinda held them back.
Okay, I didn't
Lulu
realize
Deadly
that.
said yeah but. Maniacal Toaster said did it. I got a sick-ass screenshot in Minecraft. LOL. Lulu Deadly said I shouldn't be punished for his BS.
That's a whole other conversation, Lulu. I've got
Becky said some shows just drag on entirely too long.
I've got videos on the YouTube channel about accepting the art and not the artist. Like, when should cancellation detract from being
Arachnid
able
Soul
to
said yeah.
absorb people's content? Like, that's a whole other can of enchiladas. There's a lot of people out there that, you know, they may like Sandman or Neil
Street Corner
Gaiman,
Becky
but
said my mom still watches
you
Grey's
know.
Anatomy and look at SVU.
they're like, we don't want to support this dude. We don't think he should have an avenue to make money based off of what all that shit. That's a tough enchilada. Personally, I don't think they should have canceled the show. I don't know how you. I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do if you're
Historical
Netflix.
perspective is crazy. When I tell people we are 2 generations, almost 3, away from America's slavery, I usually have to do the math for them to prove it. We forget quickly.
Oh yeah, people think the Civil Rights Act was like fucking centuries ago, but a lot of those people are still
The
alive.
Cosby Show was one of my favorite sitcoms growing up, but I haven't watched it since the Bill Cosby sexual assault stuff came out years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
At Genetic Memory Farms,
You would-
people have already forgotten Mike Tyson is a convicted rapist. Maniacal Toaster said I think about Mike Tyson frequently.
I think the Tyson thing is a little different.
Haunted Taco 12 said slaves were also freed a lot later than people think.
Yeah.
At Genetic Memory Farms asks that was 1992.
I think the Tyson thing is a
Arachnid
little
Soul
bit
asks,
different.
I don't think women were able to get credit cards until the 70s.
Yeah, or bank accounts, I think. Their own individual bank accounts. Somewhere around there. Yeah, all within our lifetimes. All within our lifetime, or within some of our lifetimes, I guess.
Arachnid Soul said there were still slaves in the US in the 1960s. I watched some short documentary on it.
I mean, there are still slaves in the US today.
Taco 12 said I wouldn't be surprised if it still exists in some places.
Yeah, it's called, what is it, Angola?
Haunted Taco 12 said in the South.
I think it's Angola prison. Oh, my browser is chugging along. Yeah, and the Louisiana State Penitentiary. Yeah, they still utilize slavery down there.
At Genetic Memory Farm said the state of Louisiana does get paid to have inmates in fast food. At Kite7G said the MCRIB is back. I repeat, the MCRIB is back.
MCRIB.
Arachnid Soul said Hillary Clinton did say prisoner slave work at the governor's mansion helped keep costs down. That's in her book.
I mean, look at this shit. Hold on a second. I mean, what else do you think when you see a picture like this? Inmates at Louisiana's Angola prison sue to end working farm lines in brutal heat. Like, what else is this?
Haunted Taco 12 said prison farms still exist, and that essentially is slavery, criminals or not.
Yeah, it is slavery. It's legitimately slavery.
Arachnid Soul said, yeah, that's horrible.
It's forced labor. It's forced unpaid labor. You know, these guys don't have a fucking choice. They're inmates. Once they disappear into the penal system, then fucking they just disappear, and whatever the prison wardens or whoever owns those prisons, which are largely run for profit, by the way, which is a thing that should be illegal. Not sure why for-profit prisons are a thing that exists, but whoever owns those prisons, it's a big money. You think they don't have contracts with fucking Walmart or anybody else for meeting their labor needs at below legal wage lines?
Taco 12 said prison should be for rehabilitation IMO.
Oh no, it's for this shit right here. It's kind of surprising this dude isn't holding a whip or something. Yeah, Angola. It still exists. And that's not the only prison. It's just the one that
Arachnid Soul said that's a lost thought in the
does
US
it the
a lot
worst.
of the time, sadly, at Haunted Taco 12.
What? Never before seen images of Epstein's private island released. Do I even want to click on that? What led the FBI to the man accused of placing the pipe bombs? I don't believe that shit at all.
Punishing people over rehabilitating them.
I don't believe that FBI pipe bomb shit at all.
Said it's not a lost thought of forward-thinking people, just people that don't care to think.
A lot of focus on punishing people. Oh yeah.
McDonald's probably wants $15 for a McRib. Seriously, how out of their mind is McDonald's? Ain't capitalism awesome? Used to be poor people food.
Without fail. Without fail.
Lumia Stream said is here.
I have to figure out why that keeps happening.
Lulu Deadly said that's why states in the South were trying to pass legislation that undocumented immigrants would be punished by life in prison without parole. Because they weren't showing up to work fields due to ICE raids, and the governors wanted that slave wage labor back. Street Corner Becky said refresh the stream.
I don't know why this keeps happening. Like every stream, probably the same time every stream too. All of a sudden everything will just keel out. I don't know why. I think I'm back, though. I think I'm good. It was just a brief hiccup, I suppose.
Street Corner Becky said that's weird. Adam hasn't done that to me yet.
I don't know if it's Adam or if it's something else. That's why states in the South were trying to pass legislation that undocumented immigrants would be punished by life in prison without parole because they weren't showing up to work fields due to ICE raids, and governors wanted that slave wage labor back. I think that was always the plan, honestly. I think that was always the plan.
At Genetic Memory Farm said you're good.
I think the plan was always to basically just swap out migrant labor with slave labor, but legalize slavery, basically.
Streaming Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Thank you, Stream Elements.
Mass Murder Simulator, Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
They basically just wanted to legalize slavery in an official capacity. So they're like, all right, you know what? Let's stop with this. Let's stop with this paying migrants and then them suddenly expecting to like be treated fairly. We're just gonna enslave them. What's the best way to enslave them? Just say that they're illegal and then we put them in prison for it and then we use them as prison labor. Doesn't matter if they're legal citizens or not. Just, you know, if you're brown, then you're a slave now. So I think that was always the plan. Did the Lions win yet, Vince?
Street Corner Becky said yeah, 44-30.
I don't know why. I was kind of hoping for. I mean, I don't have a dog in the fight either way, but I was kind of hoping that the Cowboys would pull it off.
Street Corner Becky said Gibbs scored 3 TDs. Street Corner Becky said I was pulling for the Cowboys to help the Bears out. At Genetic Memory Farms said well, I think economically the idea is now to have the poor and unhoused get institutionalized and become that prison-style slave labor.
Oh, they want to do it with homeless people too.
Soul said I don't watch football anymore, but I stick with my tradition of always wanting the Cowboys to lose.
Why aren't you showing up?
Haunted Taco 12 said I remember taking trips with my dad as a kid and he'd purposely avoid certain towns, even if they were a quicker way. Arachnid Soul said I grew up a 49ers fan and I still remember that war in the 90s. Haunted Taco 12 said that's how I learned what sundown towns were. Street Corner Becky said I thought you were a Packers fan. Arachnid Soul said that was later on.
But yeah, they're building that thing out in Utah. That basically an internment camp for homeless people out in Utah. That they want to just send all the homeless people to. Use them as labor. They use them as slave labor.
Arachnid Soul said pre that I rooted for the 49ers.
'49ers until '96, and then the Packers after. It's quite a shift. There's a lot of NFC going on in this chat.
Part of the plane landed here. My gear's in that cargo. I'll need to cut it down.
Arachnid Soul said then in maybe 2000 I quit watching the NFL altogether.
Cut that down.
I haven't watched a game since. Haunted Taco 12 said in positive news.
Won't be able to open that
It seems
without
like
a
our ham
tool.
and turkey donations turned out well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Arachnid Soul said the anti-XFL stuff they did then bothered me, and I was like F the NFL. Street
Might
Corner
be a
Becky
sharp
said
piece of scrap
XFL
in
was
that
never
section
going
of
to
the rack.
last.
Which
Street Corner Becky
XFL?
said even today, the apple is dead in the water.
The old XFL or the Rocks XFL, which I haven't heard anything about.
Maybe a piece of scrap from the wreck.
Arachnid Soul said yeah, but they did some shady stuff to it week 1 and my city finally had a team.
Damn it.
Street Corner Becky said the new XFL merged with the USFL to become the UFL.
Is that
Arachnid
still...
Soul said back then it was the only team Vegas had. It was an XLF team.
Oh shit, what the fuck is that?
Arachnid
Oh, that's a
Soul
capybara.
said XFL.
Oh, okay. What's up, bud? What's up, little capybara? Did I get the thing? Damn it, are you kidding me? Why does this guy keep wiggling on me like
At
this?
Genetic Memory Farm said unfortunately I. Arachnid Soul said I have seen a few seconds of an NFL game in the last year or so and damn there are so many more graphics on the screen and field now than when I quit watching.
Oh yeah, it's super high tech now. Some of it's neat, but some of it is just kind of distracting.
Street Corner Becky said I think the issue is most people don't want to watch the spring leagues cause it's mostly piss poor QB play. Arachnid Soul said I did watch some NFL come to think of it in 2009 when Brett went to the Vikings. I was watching some of their games.
Good.
What
let
was
it
that?
go. I need to find something to sharpen it.
Are you fucking kidding me?
At Genetic Memory Farm said unfortunately I think we are going to continue down this path of a terrible place to live until people have suffered enough to vote. The largest group of eligible voters don't vote. That has to change. Street Corner Becky said I just love the sport. I even watch college football.
I don't think voting's gonna be enough for this one, man. Hope I'm wrong, but
Exactly what I was looking for. Just need a bit more.
bit more what? Branches? I'm gonna
Haunted
sharpen
Taco
this with
12
a...
said I've been to a lot of Avalanche and Mammoths games, even some Nuggets games, but not one Bronx game. At Genetic Memory Farm said the enshittification of America. Arachnid Soul said I don't know if it's true or not,
Got
but
everything
people
I
tell
need.
me since
Should
I
head
quit
back to
watching
camp.
the NFL they have
Needs
changed
to
the
be
rules to
sharper.
make things easier for the QBs and players are not allowed to hit them in many more situations now. Street Corner Becky said Broncos are having their best season in forever.
I'm okay with the
Haunted Taco
rules.
12 said I don't know much about the Bronx. Street Corner Becky said they've been doing that since the 90s Arachnid.
I'm okay with the rules
At
protecting the
Genetic Memory
QBs a little
Farm said
bit.
voting is a first step, and Lord knows we haven't tried it lately.
What are you talking about? The whole reason why...
Arachnid Soul asks, have they ramped it up in the last 15 years?
15 years? Yeah. They've ramped it up in the last 5. Why am I walking like a creep?
Haunted Taco 12 said no. Everyone must get CTE.
What was that? Why was I walking like a creep? Oh, what the fuck? Oh, okay. It wanted me to go here.
Street Corner Becky said they call roughing the passer more, especially if it's a high hit, but TBH you have to watch that for yourself. Getting second-hand information is like playing a game of telephone.
That should be sharp enough.
Haunted Taco 12 said I love a good fight in hockey or lacrosse.
Something's still holding the supplies up.
At Genetic Memory Farm said 95 million people didn't vote last time, only 150 million did.
Yes! Now I
Those
can get my
95
gear
million,
back.
or at least a good chunk of them, voting is the first step. Street Corner Becky said, and there are so many anti-NFL people out there, some for good reasons, some for not so honorable reasons.
Why didn't I pack all my equipment together?
Haunted Taco 12 said maybe we should all do the complete opposite and not vote.
Miss Croft? Anyone? Come in.
Miguel? Where are you? Damn.
Haunted Taco 12 said just everyone.
Just everyone.
Arachnid Soul said I voted last election. I always vote. But I left the presidential section blank. I couldn't bring myself to vote for Kamala or Donald.
Here's the thing about voting. A lot of people will vote, and then they'll vote for, like, Donald Trump. Like, that's why I never liked the argument, like, voting doesn't matter, because it's like, yeah, clearly it does, because it worked for Trump.
It doesn't exactly solve the problem.
Like,
Miguel?
you could vote for someone that you genuinely believe might change things,
Like this.
but then look how it turns out for you.
Miguel?
Like, a lot of people voted for that guy because they thought that he would change things, and I guess he did, but maybe not in the way that they would have liked. And then when that happens, it discourages people from voting.
Miguel? Miguel?
Arachnid Soul said I didn't see any way to solve the Biden problem.
Like, when you vote for someone and then they turn out to be a piece of shit,
Biden problem?
Miguel?
that dissuades voting more than anything. Oh shit, what the fuck? Don't break your ankles.
Arachnid Soul said no actual progressives on the ticket. 2 Republicans owned by the banks and Wall St. At Genetic Memory Farm said voting is the only thing that matters, in the end.
Oh, Jesus, what the fuck?
Haunted Taco 12 said vote for Bernie.
Wait, are the monkeys gonna team up with the...
Haunted Taco 12 said nice kitty. Arachnid Soul said I did when Bernie ran.
Oh, there's one behind you.
Haunted Taco 12 said here kitty kitty kitty. Haunted Taco 12 said PS 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 PS.
That's what she should do. Make it through the Jaguars' territory? What, like I'm supposed to be afraid of fucking Trevor Lawrence?
If not friend, why friend shaped?
Duval!
Oh, God.
The last thing I fear is Jaguars' territory. Alright.
Got to be careful here.
How many? 18? Can I still... Alright, cool. I could still craft more the old-fashioned way.
Street Corner Becky said, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one that got that reference, Devin, lol. Haunted Taco 12 said, great, now Lara is going to commit genocide on the big cats.
Damn it!
The cats are running for their lives. They know. They're like, a mass murderer walks among us. We gotta get the fuck out of here.
Arachnid Soul said it wasn't a Biden problem really. It was a long-standing set of problems, and Biden was just the new guy continuing them. Trump has continued them as well. Haunted Taco 12 said, I can already see her frothing at the mouth needing to kill.
God damn it, what the fuck? They ran up that away.
Arachnid Soul said, hats off to you at Ye Olde Nerdcast for being able to aim with the controller.
It's working!
God damn, how many fucking arrows does this bitch need?
Street Corner Becky said these games are made to be used with a controller.
Oh, come on. I've hit it twice head on with an arrow and it still had the fucking fortitude to leap at me.
Street Corner Becky asks, have you used a modern controller or just ones from back in the day?
Come on. Is this motherfucker on steroids?
Arachnid Soul said, I played the first game with a controller and game 2 and 3 keyboard and mouse. I felt like they worked better for me on the keyboard.
Come on. This is ridiculous.
Street Corner Becky said, hats off to you for being able to aim with the keyboard and mouse there. Arachnid Soul said the PS4 controller is the newest I've used.
Oh, Jesus. Well, there's a second one, right? Punch it. Punch it.
Arachnid Soul said aiming with the keyboard and mouse felt like cheating
It's like,
away.
you're a killer, just like me. Go kill, bitch.
Maniacal Toaster said, I'm just saying OG Lara would have skinned this thing by now.
The hell? How strong are these, Jack? It just jumped up a... What the...
Street Corner Becky said, I kind of feel it is, especially in FPS.
Aiming with the keyboard and mouse felt like cheating in a way. OG Laura would have skinned this thing by now? Well, I guess OG Laura also had pistols.
Arachnid Soul said the rest of these games is fine on a controller, but the shooting is much easier for me KB/M.
How do I make more healing shit? Craft using medical herbs. How do I craft it? I don't know how to craft the healing thing. Do I have to like? I guess I gotta loot more.
Haunted Taco 12 said she's like that one time traveler guy comes back and there's like an evil version of him that only wants to kill.
There we go. Okay.
Arachnid Soul said I grew up on console with a controller, but I jumped to PC in 2014. I use my controller for some games still. Racing games and sports games.
Yeah, I can't do racing
Haunted
games with the
Taco
mouse and
12
keyboard
said
at
for
all.
Star Trek. At Genetic Memory Farm said I put medical herbs in the volcano and craft away. Haunted Taco 12 asks what was that guy? Haunted Taco 12 said Lazarus.
Is that one of the arrows I shot?
Street Corner Becky said I mainly play Mo's these days, so I do use mouse and KB a lot.
I don't think I'd be able to play this particular game, with the mouse and keyboard.
Haunted Taco 12 said I couldn't hit water from a boat with controller.
That's part of the wreckage. Jonah!
Arachnid Soul said I also had Steam controller that I was able to aim with much better than any other controller, but still not as well as KB/M. Arachnid Soul said same at Haunted Taco 12. Haunted Taco 12 said I turn into a stormtrooper. Maniacal Toaster said news. Netflix won the bidding war for Warner Brothers or something.
Jonah, are you
Ooh
there?
boy.
Wait, Netflix has got
Arachnid
a...
Soul said one of them had a modern watch, I think.
What do you mean? I didn't even know there was a bidding war.
Street Corner Becky said gross.
So Netflix is gonna own Warner Brothers now? Honestly, all
Street
things,
Corner Becky said yeah, between them, Paramount and Amazon, I think.
it's better than being owned by Paramount. That's a significantly better outcome.
I thought I got you killed.
Street Corner Becky asks why.
Because Paramount is owned by that fucking Ellison dude. Larry Ellison's kid. They're fully integrated into the fucking fascist regime.
Maniacal Toaster said how Paramount has the money to even get into bidding
That's why-
wars when everything they make fails baffles me.
That's why CBS News is headed up by Barry Weiss
Arachnid
now.
Soul said Netflix has some of that
If we
Saudi
leave it in
blood
there,
money
it'll only
now.
get worse. Sit.
Sure you know what you're doing?
I had something similar happen to me when I was a child in Egypt. I won't lie, it's gonna hurt.
Street Corner Becky said I
think
haven't
that
had a
storm from
Netflix
earlier
sub
was
in probably
a big
5
storm.
years.
The one
I still
from
have
the
one.
I don't know.
I think maybe we should stop.
Arachnid Soul said I'd like to see
been
more
pushing so
companies
hard
split
forward.
from other massive
Flying
companies.
into that storm.
All
I
this
didn't think it was
consolidation
gonna
is
be
not
that
good.
bad.
Well, I
Yeah.
should've insisted we turn back.
There's only
I mean, I
one
get it.
political candidate out there who is actually running on
Corner
breaking
Becky
up
said it's
companies,
just gonna continue.
breaking up big corporations.
Arachnid
And there should be
Soul said
more.
Sadly, yes.
There should be significantly more.
It's my choice. Most of the time. But if we die, who stops the cataclysms? Who keeps Trinity from doing what they want?
This poor dude, man. He needs to just...
Arachnid Soul said I know Kshama Sawant is running on that platform too for
Sometimes I feel
Congress.
like I have to keep going, and if I don't, then I'll just let everyone down.
Arachnid Soul said my favorite politician hands down in the US.
Maybe for the sake of a few hours, we could have.
Haunted Taco 12 said he needs to run from her.
He really
Arachnid Soul
does.
said I even like her more than Bernie.
Maybe we
Street
should
Corner
give him a
Becky
name.
said so people complain about there
Eli?
being 25 streaming services
cousin.
and want everything to be
He's
on
always
one
trying
or
to get under
two,
my
but
skin.
when they consolidate, it's bad too.
Goodbye, Eli.
Haunted Taco 12 said there's crazy, then there's crazy. Street Corner Becky said so I don't understand people, I guess.
We should go. If we can find Kawakyaku, we can rest for the night.
Honestly, Vince, the way that it should work is that I think that
Street Corner Becky said streaming is what caused all this consolidation to begin with.
you're not wrong. I think that we need to have a media environment where ownership of these properties, ownership of these IPs, do not live exclusively
Genetic Memory
at
Farms
these
that want a
studios.
bit of crazy news? CNN and CNBC having to deal with Kalsher to
That's
incorporate
even more fucking
predictions, i.e.
annoying.
gambling, into the news cycle.
Like, I think that
At Genetic Memory Farms said the only monster here is the gambling monster that has enslaved your mother.
I called him Gamblor. I forgot about that. That's a great reference. That's a great reference for our modern era. I call him Gamblor.
Street Corner Becky asks, so if you create something, you shouldn't own it?
No, I can't complete my. Hold on. I'm a turn.
Arachnid Soul said Netflix doesn't.
Sorry, I gotta turn Galby off for a little bit so I can actually complete my sentence. I think that ownership should belong to the creators in whatever capacity that might be. Personally, I think that it should be worker owned co-ops that exist as creative studios, similar to Ben Affleck's Artists, whatever it's called. Even though I don't know if that's actually structured as a worker owned thing, but similar to that, I guess. And what they should do is they should license, and they can work in cooperation with these studios like Warner Brothers and whatnot, create licensing deals between these creatives and those studios where they do revenue share, they do create contracts that specify royalties and whatnot, and then through those partnership deals that these creatives still own their intellectual property, they still own it. Warner Brothers doesn't own it. They license that out to whoever they want to license it out to. So if they want to license it to Netflix, they can license it to Netflix. They want to license it to Warner Brothers, they can or whoever is out there. Or if they want to license it exclusively to cable television, and their shit only shows up on a cable channel, so you got to buy cable or whatever. Whatever the case may be, what that does is it takes the ownership, the power of ownership, away from those studios, and it puts it directly into the creative corporations. In my mind, these would be worker-owned co-ops, the creative co-ops, and it gives them the ability to determine where their property goes, how much they get, how much they make off of it, contingent upon whatever deal that they sign with a studio for a licensing agreement. It gives them back their revenue share that they lost from the advent of streaming, and it prevents consolidation. It prevents massive media consolidation. Because what are they going to consolidate around? It wouldn't really matter that much. It would still matter. Like if all of the major studios consolidated into two, then that will limit the ability of a lot of these creatives to make a decision on whether or not to enter a licensing agreement with one of those studios if they want to like take advantage of a soundstage or take advantage of their music department or whatever it might be, or take advantage of their media operation. If it's just two, it's still a problem, but it's much less, I guess it's much less likely to be a problem, because what gives these corporations the power that they have to consolidate is the fact that they own the IP. Like Warner Brothers owns DC. They own Superman. You know, it's Superman just made a lot of money for them. James Gunn is going to make even more money for them when the next slate of DC films come out. So because they own that and a bunch of other stuff too, Harry Potter, etc. And HBO, it gives them the ability basically to control the direction of the market beyond what the creatives like. The creatives have virtually no power in any of this. and get less and less of it every day. So my solution, I guess, would be to reverse that trend by keeping ownership of IP restricted to the creatives. And you're not wrong. The consolidation is a function of streaming. People were upset with how much cable costs, and the expense of cable services made it much more attractive for Netflix to come along and say, hey, and Netflix was a much more friendlier oriented company back then. It was like, hey, we're those guys that'll send you a DVD in the mail. If you want, you can just pay $7 and you don't even need to wait for the DVD to come in the mail. You can just watch it on TV. And then everyone was like, oh man, this is way better than cable. And maybe at the time it was a little bit, but things change, times change, tech changes. And then the things that people are willing to put up with eventually change. And I don't know if that means people are ready to go back to cable or not. I haven't seen that sentiment too much out there, although I have seen it. But all of this ultimately stems from stagnant wages and the rising cost of literally everything. I don't think people would complain about it that much if it wasn't for the fact that literally everything else in life is also expensive. So like the one thing that people rely on as their escape, watching a movie, becomes cost prohibitive or it becomes obnoxious to do, then that's just the thing they're going to get mad about more than, maybe something that might be a little bit more esoteric. But it all stems from the same thing. And all of that is a function of consolidation and other aspects, not just media consolidation, but just wealth consolidation in general. Again, there's only really one person running for office that has incorporated into their platform breaking up large corporations. And I think there are two things that are roadblocks to progress in this country. One is political corruption, and the other is the consolidation of wealth in our society. And you're not going to get anything good without dealing with those two problems. And you got to deal with them in order. You can't. It's really difficult to deal with them out of order. Order number one is political corruption. Solve the political corruption problem, and everything else becomes infinitely easier to solve. Okay, let me catch up on chat then. I remember where I left off. Netflix doesn't release its viewership numbers for each show, so they don't have to pay people on shows what they should get. Netflix won't tell you Stranger Things, Stranger Things, Squid Games, and so on have been massive hits, not with numbers anyways. The goods belong to the workers, or should belong. Not just Netflix, residuals just aren't a thing anymore since syndication isn't a thing anymore. I think my idea would help resolve that, or at least fill in that gap. If only we had a service where multiple studios could showcase their shows or movies to a network of their choice and people get all of those networks under one payment. Well, that's what people say when they are arguing about returning to cable. And that's because streaming right now, worker co-op should be the default business model. Not to say other models should not exist, but worker co-op should be the default. I agree with that. Let me see. Worker co-ops and national ranked choice voting would be a great start. People complain themselves into paying even more for less. Congrats. I mean, it didn't start off that way, though, Vince. I get what you're getting at, but I think that's maybe a little too cynical. It didn't start off that way. It just ended up getting geared that way. It's kind of like blaming people for buying cars that average at $45,000 a car now. And it's like, yeah, that sucks shit. It makes cars unaffordable. That's not what people agreed to when we started this whole process, this whole car buying thing. That wasn't the deal. You know, it's like Lando talking to Darth Vader. That wasn't the deal. It gets worse every time. Let's see. So it's not said. It's Cluso talking the deal. Go to the grocery store. It's like 5 companies that own every food item you're buying. Yep. And that's not good for everybody. It's not good for food manufacturers, for ag, for farmers. It's not good for producers. It's not good for not good for grocers either. Not community grocers, at least. It's definitely not good for the quality of food. Yeah, if wages were living wages and tacked to inflation, people would be hurting a lot less. Don't count out the sheep voters as well. I voted for Kamala because I wasn't going to vote for Trump, but I wasn't going to leave it blank. It stems from disorganized labor. Labor unions got us better pay, better hours, better benefits, bring back unions. Unions were systematically destroyed over the past fucking 40s, 50 some odd years. I'm telling you, worst thing to ever happen to labor unions was the desolation of the mob, because the mob backed unions. And once Giuliani and those dudes took the mob down, it was fair game for the unions, and they wrecked shop. So I'm not saying we need to bring back the mob, but if we're gonna get unions juiced up, we gotta not be as susceptible to the propaganda. And I don't think people are anymore. It's not like it was in the 90s. That's one of the big reasons why I have such great derision against Democrats, particularly Clinton-era Democrats, is because those dudes were anti-union Democrats. Some of them genuinely, and others believe that they needed to be in order to win in a post-Reagan America. Voting for either seemed like voting for the same person. Trump would be 4 horrible years. Kamala would be another 8 horrible years. Oh, I don't think so. And I tell people this, like, even in 2016, again, I just expressed my distaste for Democrats, particularly Clinton Democrats. And I've told people many times, I did not have a problem voting for Hillary Clinton over Donald Trump. And it wasn't because I liked her. It wasn't because I liked her or I thought good things were going to happen. Like, not at all. Not at all. But I knew what was coming on the other side. Like, I like, if the choice is between a shitty Democrat or someone that's gonna fucking thumbs up lynching me, choice is pretty easy in my regard, at least. So that was never a hard choice for me. And same with Kamala. Now I will say though, it's different in primaries. In primaries, I will fight sword to the hilt against candidates like that. But Kamala didn't really have a primary. That was a whole other weird, different situation. And I didn't support her at all in 2020. Nobody did. She had to quit before the first vote. Syndication and ad revenue on network TV is why shows had 20 plus episodes a season. Yep. So I have to blank. I need my vote to be earned. I don't vote blue no matter who, or vote for the lesser of two evils. Oh, I'm a total harm reduction voter. I don't care what anybody says. Harm reduction is better than harm. Like, I would rather you not stab me than to stab me. I'm going to step out of the political conversation for tonight, lol. I've been slowly buying physical media, so I won't be so resilient on streaming, or so reliant on streaming. Internet is down. I still get to watch what I want. I want to do that too, Kite. I really want to get back into collecting physical media, but I think that's easier said than done, especially if you have limited space to store it, or if you're in a situation where you move around a lot. Like, you definitely have to own a home, and you have to have the space for it. Like, it is an ordeal. I wouldn't want, the whole reason I got away from physical media is because I was sick of packing everything up and moving it every couple years. The Bob is plenty still around. They just have other ways of making money. I don't think we're even uh getting the remainder of Trump. Oh, not at all. No. He's gonna be gone. In pretty short order, it seems. I was a lifelong Democrat, and in 2016, I had to leave them. I saw too much. No way I'd ever vote for Hillary. I can't stand for one. What? I can't stand for one set of things in a primary season and then flip on most of it in the general election. There is a false equivalence between the two parties. So sad. I just don't want to say something I'd regret. Hey, no one's making you say anything if you don't want to. I also think, sadly, with someone like Trump is in office doing bad things, there is more coverage, and people seem to notice and rally more than if a Democrat is in office doing the same stuff. I don't know about that one because the media environment is different. Like, there is no shortage of places like Fox News or Newsmax or OAN or any of these other things that's going to spend, and who knows, with print media and internet sites, that are going to spend endless amounts of time just not even really necessarily talking about the bad things Democrats do, because they'll do that, but then they'll also just make up a bunch of crazy, stupid shit and then spend all their time like there. That definitely exists in our media climate. And part of the reason why a lot of well-meaning Democrats are such fucking cowards is because they've been media trained to be afraid of that. They're so fucking terrified about how any one thing they might say is going to play in the media circuit that has been genetically engineered to just completely destroy Democrats for existing, or destroy anyone left of Richard Nixon for existing. So I don't know if I completely agree that Democrats don't get criticism when they're in office. They do. If anything, it's the opposite. Like, Republicans don't. Republicans can get away with a lot of fucking insane shit, and only really, and even Trump, like, there should have been a million different impeachment hearings at this point for a litany of crimes, not the least of which being I don't even want to call it a war crime. They call it a war crime, Pete Hegseth issuing that double tap kill strike on that Venezuelan fisher boat, but calling it a war crime would indicate that we were at war with someone, and we're not at war with Venezuela, and Venezuela's not at war with us, so it's just a normal crime. That's not even a war crime. That's just crime. Just a murder. And you would think that there would be impeachment hearings for that, but Hakeem Jeffries has come out and said that they're not interested in impeaching Pete Hegseth over it, which is fucking insane. But again, so many Democrats are just afraid of what the media cycle is going to look like for them if it looks like they're attacking the troops or harming national security interest. And they see Donald Trump as this untouchable god where, Teflon Don, he gets away with everything, right? But and then another, and that's a component, but then the other flip side of that is they do see the polling, they do see, they saw what happened on the election night in November. They saw what happened election night, the special election in Tennessee a couple nights ago, and they don't want to do anything to like disturb it. They don't want to rock the boat. They're seeing that leaving Trump and the Republicans their own devices is killing their credibility in the public opinion, in the arena of public opinion. I don't agree with that strategy, but I think that's the strategy that a lot of Democrats are taking. But I think it's also buttressed by the fact that they're afraid of stepping into a media climate where any kind of hostility that they may have towards the administration is going to get them an unending sea of bad coverage from all of the usual suspects, plus maybe some of the not so usual suspects. CNN is kind of sketchy from time to time, and you can see, I saw somebody post in the chat, I think it was Genetic Memory Farms, CNN linking up with Kalshi, just going full fucking psychotic fascist news organization mode, where it's just like nakedly turning the news into fucking avenues of profiteering through gambling. Through gambling. Like, I don't think it's a fair equivalency to say that Democrats get light treatment in the media versus, I think the opposite is true. But I also think Democrats shouldn't be afraid of that. Well, Devin, some people have the luxury of acting too pure to vote, but I think you put it well. Vote for the person who isn't trying to do terrible things to you. And I understand Hillary beat Trump by over 3 million votes. She should have won, but that's not the system we have, even if I never vote for her. No, we have a system set up in the 1800s because we are an archaic, idiotic country. That's part of the reason people like Trump, because he doesn't care if people criticizes him. Well, that was another part of the point that I was making earlier, where it was like people that are saying that voting doesn't matter or whatever. If there's one case study that it does, it's the fact that Trump won an election, because in 2016, nobody thought he had a chance, but people voted for him because they wanted radical change, and they got it. It's more attention. I mean, Obama was horrible on immigration, and there was little coverage as compared to Trump. Also, no outrage from the public when Obama did it. It's always wrong, no matter who is in office. Yeah, you're right. Obama got away with a lot. He got away with a lot. I don't think it's the media that didn't cover it. I think that there was some coverage for some of the stuff that he did, but there's also, we're in a climate where where consent has been manufactured very thoroughly around certain topics, to the point where criticizing them, and then this was more true during the Obama era than now. Criticizing it, like for example, his immigration policy. And he deported a lot of people. He was the deporter in chief, I guess, until maybe Trump, but I don't know if Trump ever caught up with Obama's numbers yet. I think he's trying to. I think a part of this ICE thing is him trying to beat Obama's deportation numbers. But there it's a failing on both parties for not getting comprehensive immigration reform. I hate using the word comprehensive now because of AI. AI has completely and totally poisoned that word. I got to excise that word from my lexicon. No more usage of the word comprehensive. But because they never created a immigration policy, I think that the combination of the bad shit that he did was, and the good shit he did, DACA, I think that those kind of canceled each other out in the media, in the sphere of public opinion. Plus, he was just a likable, I mean, compared to Trump for sure, but even by other standards, he was a likable, charismatic guy. So you get a bonus to your saving throw when you're trying to roll to dodge controversy. I mean, Obama was horrible on immigration. There was a little coverage compared to Trump. Also, no outrage for the public when Obama did it. It's always, that's one example. I liked Obama as a person. I voted for him twice. I don't agree with the law he did in office. I wanted a man of the people. He was a man of big banks, large corporations, a red Democrat. Obamacare was definitely not a red Democrat move. Oh, yes, it was. Obamacare is literally a right-wing healthcare project. It was a plan created by conservatives. It was better than what we had. Yeah, it was Mitt Romney's. Obamacare was Mitt Romney's healthcare plan from Massachusetts. And it was a huge giveaway to for-profit health insurance companies. I want the president to at least say he was for single payer, maybe even push and fight for it. Obama did his fair share of drone striking weddings. He certainly did. He also extrajudicially executed an American citizen. Never faced any kind of repercussions for that. I knew Trump would win in 2016 against anyone but Bernie. And that he would win again last time. I hated that, but I saw it coming, and the establishment Democrats did everything they could to set things up for him to get back in. 2020 was like 2020 was like the perfect election for centrist establishment Democrats because it allowed them to run the campaign that they wanted. Trump was so fucking hated, and the pandemic had put people in such a fucking terrible place in our society and our economy that it allowed Democrats to just be like, hey, we're Republicans now, but we're not that kind of Republican. We're a different kind of Republican. Like, they had so many Republican speakers at the 2020 Democratic National Convention. It was sickening. Honestly, it was sickening. They ran exactly the kind of milquetoast, middle of the road campaign that they always want to run, and they won. They won from it. And they thought that because of that, they beat Trump in that lane already in 2020, that they could do it again in 2024. But voters have short memories, especially if you don't give them anything. If you don't give voters anything, then they're going to have incredibly short memories. Chat GPT for president 2028. Someone's going to do it, I promise you. If not 2028, then like 2032, we're going to have an AI candidate. We all need to be against bad things, no matter who's doing them, not just focusing on Trump always. It's horrible when he does it, but when you don't stand generically against those actions, the focus become getting rid of the one guy and not caring about the next person who will do the same BS. I'm not disagreeing with you on that. I would have voted for Bernie, but I don't think he would have won 2016. Most of the polls showed Bernie would have beat Trump in 2016. I have no interest in relitigating 2016. Bernie can't win, sadly. I have no interest in relitigating 2020. He's not running in 2020 fucking 8 because he's 80 some odd years old. I have my beliefs on what Bernie could or could not have done, but I have zero interest in relitigating that. And not just based on popular vote, but based on Electoral College. Obamacare was around even before. By the way, if Barack Obama could win, anybody can win. I don't like that. That's a baseline. That is my baseline now for presidential elections. Like, if a black dude with a Muslim-y ass name like Barack Hussein Obama can win overwhelmingly in a 2008 America that closely removed from 9/11 and from like the Iraq War, the heyday of the Iraq War, then I don't believe in this blank person can't win. I think anybody could win. I don't even agree with Michelle Obama when Michelle Obama was out there being like, America's not ready for a woman voter. I don't even believe that. I think anybody can win if you're not a shitty candidate. Obamacare was around even before Romney. It goes back to the conservative heritage group in the 90s. Yeah, no, Romney was the one that implemented it, though, in Massachusetts. The Three Stooges for president. The Conservative Heritage Foundation came up with Obamacare, I believe, in 1993. You can look it up. Point all the fingers you want, but the voter is to blame. You're always on the blame the voters kick. I'm not a blame the voters person. I'm not a blame the voters person. Like, the voters are the voters. All right. That's just the honest fact of the matter is everybody in America has a lot of shit to take care of in their day-to-day life. And if you want them to be engaged, then you have to give them, it's on you. It is incumbent upon you to give them a reason to get engaged. Some people are successful at it. Zoran Momdani was very successful at getting people to get engaged in politics. He had a fucking massive army of volunteers. But other people are less good at it. They're not that good at getting people engaged in politics and getting an army of volunteers and all that sort of stuff. And to me, that's where it falls. It falls on the candidate. Like, you could get people engaged. I don't know how Trump did it in 2016, or I guess whatever, despite whatever conspiracy theory you might want to believe in 2024. But he found a way to do it. Yeah, and that's really all that comes down to. Find a way to get people engaged. Some people are just so bad they can't win. We'll never have President Chris Christie, for example. Well, but that's what I'm talking about. Chris Christie's a good example. Like, who the fuck would get engaged for Chris Christie? Like, Are the voters to blame for Chris Christie blaming out? I guess you could if you want to blame them. They didn't vote for him, but is that the vote? Like, would you blame a voter for not voting for Chris Christie? Would you blame him? I don't blame him for not voting for Chris Christie. Fuck that dude. But maybe they would have if he had a better game, if he had a better ground game, maybe if he had more volunteers, maybe if he had a better platform. I don't know. There's any sort of number of things that a person can do to get people engaged enough to vote for them, but they have to do those things. And Chris Christie didn't do those things, apparently. Maybe he's incapable of doing those things. The only reason that I was okay with Obama winning is that it opened the door for minorities in the future. It's just a shame it was him. It was just a shame it was him. I mean, I have my beef with Obama, but I'm not going to be like, it's a shame he won. I had not worked in politics back then and actually believed Obama was for what he campaigned on, so I supported him. Also, he ran against Hillary, and I'd vote for most people over her. No, you can't blame the voters for Christie doing so poorly. It was all him. Like, it's interesting. Like, we talked earlier about, I guess, well, maybe we didn't. I don't know what we talked about earlier. But when you think about, like, Bernie being able to win or not, a lot of that comes down to basically what people think about socialism. Because he openly calls himself a democratic socialist and people try to smear him as socialist, et cetera, et cetera. And I remember a time when Dennis Kucinich would run for president, and like he was a congressman out of Ohio, and Dennis Kucinich was considered the wacky, far out, can't take him serious lefty. And that's how he was treated in the polls. Like nobody really ever voted for Dennis Kucinich. He was like a 2%er. And those times are different now. There was a piece on Fox News not too long ago where one of the Fox News hosts was trying, or one of the Fox News contributors was trying to plead with the Fox News host about, hey, the climate's different. Like socialism doesn't scare people the way that it used to. Like I talked to people here in Dallas about socialism and they didn't think about the Soviet Union or breadlines in Cuba. They thought about Sweden and Denmark and Norway. So and they were receptive to it. So socialism isn't the boogeyman that it used to be. And when you think about things like, you know, blaming the electorate, you have to think about the climate of the electorate, what they've been propagandized into believing or disbelieving. And particularly in America, a lot of people, because it's been a concentrated effort, want to go back and talking about how, you know, Democrats were union busters after Reagan won. They became corporate Democrats, anti-union Democrats, anti-labor Democrats, joining hands with Republicans in that messaging. Maybe not to the degree that Republicans would message it, but generally in policy, like that propagandized whole generations of people into believing certain things. And it's hard to undo that propaganda. It's hard to undo that. It's hard to like talk to someone who just grew up as a normal dude, as a normal person. You know, they had a loving father and an attentive mother, and you know, they went to school, did their homework, they got a job part-time working at Jiffy Lube till they graduated, and then they went to a trade school and learned how to become an electrician, and they started doing electrical work, and you know, they started dating and all this sort of stuff. And they're just a normal guy, but they're a normal guy that grew up in an environment where socialism is bad, right? Those are the bad guys. We fought those guys, right? In the Cold War, they were the bad guys. But we beat them, and now they don't exist anymore. So yeah, America's won, and prosperity is capitalism, and et cetera, et cetera. Like, there's nothing inherently wrong with dudes like that, but it takes a lot to like deprogram someone out of thinking a lot of weird, random bullshit. And one of the greatest tools for that deprogramming, unfortunately, is the deteriorating society around us as it collapses in the background and the foreground. I think a lot of people are beginning to second guess what they have been propagandized into believing about whether capitalism brings prosperity or if socialism is a poverty cult. And that rethinking, that opportunity, the opportunity that the massive rethinking that people are having right now about our situation is what makes it super important to have candidates that are willing to engage at that level. Like, you can't have candidates right now that don't talk about corruption in politics, that don't talk about the consolidation of wealth and the necessity for a wealth tax, the necessity for raising corporate taxes, the necessity for wealth redistribution. We can't have people that don't talk about that sort of thing, because not only because it's just going to end up being a loser, because nobody believes that. I mean, more and more people agree with the idea of wealth taxes. There was something that came out today where Gavin Newsom was like, I don't agree with Zoran Mamdani's proposal to tax the wealth. And he got slammed on because there are polls that show that 95% of Democrats do agree with Zoran Mamdani on taxing wealth. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, Gavin Newsom? I thought you were supposed to be a presidential hopeful. You're just deep sixing your own presidential campaign before it even gets off the ground, making takes like that. But you have to speak to these things, because if you don't, not only will you not engage people, and again, not blaming voters, you have to get voters engaged. Chris Christie did not get voters engaged. Nikki Haley did not get voters engaged. Like, you've got to get voters engaged so that they can show up and do the volunteer work to get other voters engaged, to get the word out, to do the footwork, to knock on doors and canvas and shit and all that. You've got to get people engaged in order to win. You're not going to get people engaged if you don't talk about these things. You're going to end up being a loser. And worse than that, you're opening the lane wide open on the other side for right-wing populists, fascists, Trumpsters, and Trump's ilk. Only time I ever hear from any elected person about any kind of policy that might hint towards populism, I'm hearing it from fucking Josh Hawley. Like, why am I hearing this from Josh Hawley? I'm hearing it. There was another Republican. Jesus Christ, I can't remember. All this shit is coming up in my mind now, and I can't remember any of the names. But let me see if I can find it. I think I need hold music. This guy right here. This will play. Twitter's video is.
What we better do is get an option out there, and I think we need to get the money changers, which is the insurance companies, get them out of the deal. When Trump passed some of his legislation, the insurance companies, their profits dropped, their stocks dropped, so now they're jerking up the prices on everything, and guess what? Their stocks are going back up again. These $1 million salaries are paying these people at these insurance companies. Here's what the Democrats and the Republicans ought to think about. Get out of bed with these dadgum lobbyists, get the doctors and the patients in the room, and let them work it out. We don't need a middleman. It's just like the mob. They just take their cut off the top. I mean, the Lord just takes 10% with tithe. These guys are taking a whole heck of a lot more, and we got to cut them out of it.
Now, why am I hearing this talk from Rep. Tim Burchett, from a Republican from wherever the fuck he's from? Where is he from? Is he from Missouri or no? He's from Tennessee. Why am I hearing this from Tim Burchett, like a Republican? Like, he doesn't say he's for single payer, but he's basically saying I'm not for profit insurance, which is kind of the same as being like I'm from single payer. Like the Tennessee Holler, Tim Burchett unwillingly makes the case for Medicare for all as Republicans flail for a way to deal with skyrocketing health costs. Like, this is like, if you don't occupy this space on the left, then you're just giving a pathway for the right to occupy it. And they see that, and they're starting to fill it in. They're starting to fill it in. So, like, we're in a time when when more and more of like the voting public, the, I guess, politically aware public, are susceptible to this thought. 20 years ago, this was socialism, it's communism, etc., and it wouldn't really generate much. It's not the case right now. So I'm not a blame the voter person. you have to change, you have to appeal to the voter, and you have to appeal in a way that fits our current climate. And fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on which direction you want to look at it from, our current climate is in a situation where it is more receptible to this now more than ever. That's the fortunate part. The unfortunate part is it's that way because things are fucking awful. Things are awful, and they're only getting worse. And they're only going to get worse. Oh, where's my game? There it is. I guess that's my rant. What are your thoughts on AI and the use of it for politics, especially for 2028, with the advancements that'll be reached by then? What? Use of AI? What do you mean for politics? Like AI writing legislation or something? No, Devin, I blame them for not voting at all. You made the argument earlier. I don't need to. We're not voting at all. Well, I mean, sure, if you want to, you can. I don't. Already bought new people into the voting ranks as well. If Adami does well, I foresee socialists being able to do better. That's the important part. The important part for Zorhan now is to deliver on his campaign promises. And that's going to be way easier said than done. So I've got my fingers crossed that he could do that he actually wants to do that. But if he succeeds in that, then the lane for democratic socialists becomes way easier in the future. I'll rephrase, the most I still could do the difference. I blame the 95 million people who didn't vote last time. I mean, sure. That's because the media has intentionally driven that message to confuse people. It's because of what Devin is saying right now. The media didn't even need to do that. That's the same excuse that gets made for bigots. They were just raised that way. Yeah, bigots do get raised that way. I've had people look. I worked at a car wash in 2000, a full service car wash, 2001, 2002. And the guy I worked under is a good old boy from Texas, probably in his late 50s, early 60s. This dude, his name was Jack. He was a good dude. I liked Jack. He was always fun. He liked working with me. He would schedule to work with me and all this sort of stuff. We had a good time. I learned a lot from Jack. There was one day where me and this other dude were working there. It was kind of like a rainy, slow day. And we were just there to like pick up the chores and get the car wash in order. And one of us needed to clean the tunnel. And we were trying to figure out which one of us was going to do it. So Jack was like, all right, I'll pick. And he goes, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch an N-word by his toe. And as soon as he said that, like, I saw his face go white. And his jaw dropped, his face went white. He was just couldn't believe what he just said. To be fair, I could kind of believe it. But I guess maybe he didn't realize that was in there still somehow. So like, he took me aside. He was super apologetic, and he was just like, that's just how I was taught it when I was growing up, and blah, 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 and all that. And, I knew that he didn't mean anything by it. And there is a certain level of grace, I think, that you have to have when you are dealing with someone who lived in a different political climate. I don't think it's, and it's not saying, and it's not about like, oh, you're getting a free pass for this, or you're letting people get away with doing that. Like, it is a different thing to grow up in an environment that teaches you what's okay, what's acceptable, and what's not, and then to live that experience with that confirmation being given to you from other people in that same society that were also taught the same things. Like, I'm guessing he probably didn't grow up with a lot of black dudes. Probably not. But whatever the case may be, at some point in life, he came around to realizing that, hey, maybe saying that is wrong or is bad or is hurtful. And I don't know his journey to that point. I don't know what got him there, but clearly there was something there that made him feel that way to pull me aside and be apologetic and like really express his regret and his embarrassment and shame and etc. and all this other stuff. And we talked about it for a little while, and I had no ill feelings towards him about it and all of that sort of stuff. But it's a real thing that people are a product of their environment. And you don't get anywhere if you don't make any kind of effort to change the environment. If people are a product of the environment, then change the environment. Change the environment, you can change the people. Law didn't vote for Hawley and was pissed he won Missouri. Bird shit. I mean, bird shit. This guy is way to the left of Obama on healthcare. What the fuck? I mean, well, he is now. He is now. Politics talk. Wow, that sounds like someone who made a mistake, not a bigot. But anybody else who would hear catch an N-word by his toe would just be like, this guy's a fucking bigot. That's what I'm talking about. There is a nuance to it that you can't really paint a broad brush. You can't paint a broad brush. Like, it would be one thing. Let me put it this way. It would be one thing if the dude was proud about it. If the dude was doing all of the weirdo virtue signaling that we see MAGA people doing when they have like pro-ICE bumper stickers and shit like that. That's one thing. That's different. Like that is a bigot. But it's different than, someone that just says something that, is bigoted, but it's a function of like an environmental thing, Pavlovian training almost even, that they're trying to shake themselves out of. But there are people that don't make that distinction. And I think that's harmful to not make that distinction. And I think it's counterproductive. If you want to actually change the environment in a manner that makes people better, then I think that kind of reaction is counterproductive. If you don't make an effort to change them, then they won't. If he didn't apologize and expected you to be okay with it, that would be different. But that's what I'm saying, though, is like, it was still in there. There was a part of him that was sympathetic. There was a part of him that was empathetic. There was a part of him that felt the embarrassment and shame and all of that, and, expressed that to me. But there was still a part of him where that was in there. Like, it was still in there. So what do you do about that? It was still in there, and it came out. In a weird way, it came out, but it was still in there. So what do? Do you nail him to the cross over it? Or do you have maybe a more nuanced understanding? A nuanced understanding of why it was in there. That's what I'm getting at. Like, it's the why. Why is this in there? Like, if he has the capacity to have this level of understanding and empathy, then why was that even in there to begin with? It is because he was raised to think it was okay. And he grew up in a climate where he thought it was okay because that was the environment at the time. You'd be weird. The number of things that kind of stick with you that you pick up as a kid that you don't really think about until somebody else in your adult life points it out. And you're like, oh, huh, you know what? That's just how I always done it. And then you think about it a little bit and you're like, why did I always do it that way? It's like, oh yeah, my dad used to do it that way. And I guess I picked it up from him. You don't really think about these things that much when you're not directly challenged to. I don't think if I heard that, I think I'd care. Or if he was a bigot, I'd just be like, fuck this guy. I wouldn't hang out with him and take the job to change him. I have other stuff to do. Well, I mean, I never felt like, I mean, it's never your job to try to, it's never your job to try to change someone. And I never really felt like that was my goal I didn't, once he apologized, I was like, and once I felt his apology was sincere, I was like, all right, whatever. Like, once I felt his apology was sincere, it was probably a bigger deal to him than it was to me, if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of people haven't had actual exposure to people they're like that towards. I understand and agree with what you're saying, though. I'm not saying I'd handle it the right way or the best way. I just want to get away from the guy. At that point, I had been working with Jack for probably maybe a year and a half, maybe close to 2. And
I think we can see the village through the vines over there.
I knew him to be a very nice,
I'm glad you
personable,
stayed first, like-
likable dude who I got along with really well.
I had a flare gun, so
So I didn't have a sense of like, I need to get away from this guy.
poor guy.
Plus, he was an old-ass Texan, so I just kind of assumed at the time that old-ass Texans
We
were
can get through here.
all like that. Maybe significantly less likable than Jack was. I mean, I was like fucking 19, 20 at the time. So I was just like, oh, I'm in Texas, all right.
You see that?
It must be Kwak Yaku. We have to get down there.
Can I just jump? Oh, come on, game, you cowardly game. You won't let me jump? There's water down there. Oh, well, maybe not right there.
You sure this is a path?
Come on, stay close to me.
This is definitely not a path. Oh. Oh, God.
Almost
You're
there.
gonna make this big-ass dude
Before.
do little dainty girl shit like this? He can't stand on the ledge of those rocks.
Oh, God.
Look, you almost fucking fell.
You're right.
I'm okay. Just a couple more steps.
You're not even gonna put up like a fucking harness or anything?
You're all right.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Man, she is a fucking psycho. She doesn't give a shit about this
Could
dude.
have been the Inca. They knew a lot about hydraulics.
I hope that this structure is here because the bridge is down. Maybe we could lift it with those counterweights.
We as voted as leader that reflect our own worst selves. If we hold ourselves to be better people, we could expect our representatives to be better. Those 95 million who sat are to blame.
You want to try it?
You are saying things that are contradictory to like the blaming the voters thing. You just really want to blame the voters. I'm not stopping you. You can blame the voters. A bowl of... You know what? In this game, I've noticed that they don't have the voiceovers for when you discover things like they did in the last 2. I mean, I mostly grew up in Texas. Yeah, a lot of Texans are like that.
I'd have paid more
Seems
attention.
risky to be friends with her.
Wasn't your thing?
Well, my family situation meant we didn't get to do a lot of stuff like that.
It's risky as hell to be friends with Lara Croft. I think at least one of her friends dies every game, I think.
What about you? Ever do Girl Scouts or nature camp as a kid?
Does boarding school count? The Canopa serves
Oh, I
as
have to press a
receptacle
button.
for offerings of cocoa and animal tallow. The stuffed Canopa is thrown into the farmer's field at the start of the harvest season as a gift for Pachamama, the mother god. It is said, if the present is accepted, the farmer will yield large crops in a successful breeding season.
Okay, so I have to press a
Does it?
button.
Probably not. But Roth showed me some things. I always preferred the company of adults anyway.
Yeah. I'll miss that guy.
Me too.
Hey, that did something. I think the water powers the bridge somehow.
With Eli gone, your arm should heal quickly.
Yeah.
It's too heavy. Give me a hand.
The water's filling the bucket.
Good. Let's see what those counterweights do. bucket's leaking.
Come on back. We'll try again.
The bucket's leaking. What the fuck? I grew up in New Mexico at that age. At the same time, really saw a lot of my black friends get weird looks from old geezers.
I can't hold it much longer. I'm going to have to let it go. Hurry! I can't hold this much longer.
What am I supposed to do? Let go, man. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Hold on, I gotta figure this out. Okay, that goes down. He can hold it for a little while, but then what am I supposed to do? I feel like I'm supposed to... I don't know if I can get there in time. I'll try it. Nope. Oh, shit. I don't... What am I supposed to do here? Can I climb up there or something? I'm gonna try to... No, you didn't. What? That killed you? Are you kidding me? That guy has it trained in all sorts of acrobatics at Croft Manor like she has.
Me too.
He's not even blaming the voters, he's blaming the non-voters. People who stayed out like George Carlin. Being friends with her is like the White Lotus. You know someone will die, you don't know who. Anyways, good chat, everyone. I gotta go. I'll be lurking. Hey, thanks for stopping by and hanging out, Arachnid. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night. New Mexico is kind of a weird place, though.
Awaken the people and help them to see the evil doings of Israel and the United States.
I've only been to Santa Fe, but I really liked it. It was very pretty. Kind of upset that I'm not in my retirement age.
Hope that this structure is here because we're on our way to that village.
Me too.
Oh, there's a platform underneath. Damn it! Pretty sure it's the only state where white people aren't the majority.
I hope that this structure is here because we're on our way to that village.
Me too.
the fuck? Get down. Oh my god. Get down there. How do I get down there?
Speaking.
How the fuck am I supposed to get down there? Is it that path? Alright, let's try this again. Albuquerque? I only flew into Albuquerque.
Can't hold it much longer.
There we go.
Okay, Jonah, you can let go.
That's it. Let's get across.
I've only flown into Albuquerque. This seemed alright, but I don't know. Get across. Damn, he made that jump? How the hell did he make that jump?
Guess we go through here.
After you. What's that?
I think it's some sort of stealer or... Help me with this.
Sure. What is it?
It's a recipe. Seems to be a mixture of herbs. It could help if we run into any more jaguars.
Let's hope we don't. Way out is over here.
Eye of the Eagle. Hold left button and tap Y to use the perception herbal mixture. Perception allows Lara to sense animals and natural resources. Okay.
We're getting closer to the village.
I can't wait to get back to civilization. These are different from the ruins in Mexico.
Oh, it's a dead capybara.
Do your dad's notebooks say anything about Peru?
No. I mean, there is supposed to be a secret city of gold in Peru. Paititi. Every treasure hunter on Earth is looking for it. But Dad's notes stop in Mexico. Like he lost interest or...
Or?
I don't know. The next volume picks up in Syria.
Are you gonna do this challenge tomb with me?
We can get out that way.
Jonah, help me with this. On 3, 2, 1.
What the fuck? How is she not dead? She's being mauled by a jag.
Laura! Use the flare gun! No! Oh God.
Damn it. What's up with this fucking roided up jag anyways? Wait, what? The sparks just fly off of it?
Oh God.
Come on, are you kidding me? How many fucking hits does this thing take? Jesus Christ, are you kidding me? It would still not have the will to attack if it had like fucking 16 arrows sticking out of it. Tag an animal with one arrow, that's enough to pretty much send it packing the other way.
Lara, are you okay?
No, dude, I was fucking mauled by a jag.
Help me with this.
Your back looks bad.
No, it doesn't. She's like Wolverine.
I'm gonna go make camp.
I rode the Southwest Chief from Chicago to Riverside, California, and the only stop was Albuquerque. Really good enchiladas and green chili. I mean, green chili is no joke, man. I had some, like, pretty much every restaurant has a green chili item of some sort on their menu. And I've tried a few, and they were really delicious. I'm on board. I'm on board with New Mexico green chili.
Let me take a look at that.
Wish I could have went to some Lobos games this year. If they can maintain a solid football program to go with their decent men's and women's basketball, I think they'd eventually get either a P12 or B12 invite.
You know, with everything we've been through recently, I've been thinking about my
Good
brother.
kitty.
I always try to protect him.
Great time eating brownies and watching from the observation deck up top for about 40 hours. Oh, nice.
But I lost him.
You did everything you could.
If I had been in the right place, at the right time, he would still be here. If I had eyes in the back of my head.
You can't protect everyone.
Are they about to bang? I hope not.
Thank you.
For this guy's sake, I hope not.
I miss him.
I know. My parents. I miss them too. I had a dream about my mother recently.
Yeah?
It was so vivid. When I was little, my father used to keep things from me.
Because he knew you were a
Bad
psycho.
things. About her, especially.
Why would he do that?
Because he thought she would kill
After
her.
she died, he thought they'd cause me pain. It didn't stop me from looking for them, of course. I still have so many questions.
Your dad created as many mysteries as he solved.
Dominguez said that he would use the silver box of his
You're black, you're wonderful, you're tremendous, you're gay, you're the greatest human being on
If
earth.
you had that power,
Thank you.
what would
Thank
you
you.
do?
Panic, probably.
You wouldn't go back to when your brother was alive and be with him again.
And lose everything else? No way. I like this world.
This guy's dead. This guy's dead. This guy's dead.
It's not perfect.
He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead.
But everything I love
Oh, he's so...
is in it.
Oh, he's totally dead. He is toast. All right, I guess taking bets on how he dies. Is he gonna fall off a cliff? Oh, hey, Suki, how you doing? Getting yourself a sip of water? You didn't have to run away. I'm not gonna mess with you. Suki. Okay, fine, fine, fine. Off a cliff? Horribly as she screams. I feel like I'm gonna say one of that dude's men is gonna kill him.
Reach the Forbidden Tomb and solve the mystery of the White Queen. The way will be fraught with trials.
Nora, are you doing your maths homework?
The adventurer should not dally any longer. In a minute, Dad!
Oh, I'm controlling Kid Laura.
The high walls of the castle.
Do I get to do mass killing in my kid form now? This is like her fucking house? God damn, this playground is bigger than my house.
Looks like there's something up there in the crow's nest.
Something up there in the crow's nest. There's a tunnel?
Strange beasts cross our hero's path. Hard to tell if they're bloodthirsty.
She's got a Hamas tunnel under her fucking playground set? The fuck? Is that like one of those kettlebells?
I'll have to do better.
Oops. Wait, this thing moves? Jesus Christ. How spoiled do you have to be? Well, if there's something in the crow's nest, I don't think I can get to it. I mean, that thing is glowing. Well, how can I get up there? I want to get up there. Do I have to use this thing in some capacity? Oh, she dropped it. I don't know how I can get up there. Oh, there's a rope up here. Oh wait, I crossed this rope. Of course there is.
The excavation will soon reveal the secrets of this site. She discovers a strange set of hieroglyphs. Clues to the Forbidden Tomb, perhaps?
What are you, Kalshi, taking bets on who's going to die in real time? This is
Queen,
significantly
but not
more innocent
forgotten.
than Kalshi or fucking Poly Market. I guess I'm not getting up into this, crow's nest here. I wonder if this does anything. I wonder why it's glowing, though. I want to know. I want to know. Why is it glowing? Where did I drop that thing? There it is. Is there any way for me to... I guess I can try to throw it back up there. Damn it. Damn. How did she launch it like that? Oh, okay. It waited.
Test of skill. Our hero will need a bullseye to weigh down that basket.
Damn, that thing weighs that much and she just hurled it with fucking one arm? Wait, now what? Still can't get up here. I guess I gotta find another one of these ball things, huh? Oh, there's one right there. I think I understand how Lara Croft is so fucking indestructible. If she's strong enough to fucking... Oh, god damn, she hurled that bitch. If these things weigh that much that they could drop this fucking... Did I overthrow it? Where is it at? Is it over the ledge? Did I throw it out of the fucking yard? Jesus Christ. If she's strong, if these things weigh enough that it drops that crow's nest, and she's strong enough to fucking hurl it up here like this,
The Forbidden Tomb calls out.
then I'm beginning to understand why she's so damn indestructible. Fuck, why are you hurling it like this? Just lob it up there softly.
The treasure is revealed. I think this is from when we walked the El Memsha. I don't remember much, except for how spicy the bazaar smelled. Mum looks so happy. So does Dad.
What's the hidden information?
It's not fair. Why did she have to die?
I mean, if I was going to guess, it's probably because she died giving birth to a fucking demonic child. It's just my guess. What, am I supposed to climb up this thing?
Now for the real treasure in the Forbidden Tomb. Our hero must be quiet to avoid alerting the king.
What does Lara have to do with any of this? She's in her room doing her homework.
She hasn't much time.
What year is this supposed to take place in?
Kingsguard will never expect Croft to climb the castle. the castle tower is taller than she thought.
1963.
Our hero continues climbing, looking for another way in. Our hero spies another entrance. Shoo! Go on!
Indiana Jones AD.
Confronts the
No, probably the 2000s. No, this actually does give me...
from her mind.
This actually does give me 1960s vibes.
Almost there. She recovers her footing and her goal. Now, onward to the Forbidden Tomb. These parapets are damaged. She'll have to squeeze through. She's so close, she can almost touch it, but an invisible force field stands in her way. There must be another entrance. Our fearless adventurer has reached the summit.
I don't see any cars, so I can't really date it by the cars.
At last, she spots a way in below. She will have to be careful. Why do I do these stupid things?
It's a great question.
Shit! Ugh. Croft chuckles at her audacity. She's close now. At last, she enters the Forbidden Tomb. Wow. By night, the great bat stole the queen at 30 north and 90 east. From her pen, she wrote her heart.
Googling and I find Laura's official birthday is February 14,
The
1992.
White Queen is lonely.
But modern day in this game seems closer to our modern day. Laura being a slow-aging demon does make sense to me. I think that's what's going on here. I think this is probably like the 40s or 50s or something.
This enigmatic illustration, recovered from a cursed and empty mausoleum, might be what our brave adventurer needs to finally find the lost treasure of the White Queen. She's managed to decipher the ancient text and has found a series of clues. A set of coordinates, a giant bat, and a series of game pieces in a line. The intrepid Lara will have to figure out what... The note said 90 degrees east and 30 north.
I don't have a compass. Which way is... What the fuck? Which way is north?
I bet the poor thing could hardly see out of that chanfron. This enigmatic illustration, recovered from a cursed and empty mausoleum, might be what our brave adventurer needs to finally find.
I really have no idea what's happening right now. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm doing something I never do at Eve. Mine currently gas harvesting one of my characters. It's used to make illicit drugs. I love mining in space games. I got a giant mining conglomerate in Starfield. Well, in this one, I have to worry about other players coming in and blowing me up. So, but I'm in my group space, so I should be fine. I named my gas huffing ship Suck My Gas. It's okay, neither do we. I do a fair amount of space trucking in Star Citizen and Elite Dangerous 2. I can't get SC to install on a machine for some reason. It wants 100 terabytes on it wants 100 terabytes. What the fuck?
The coordinates might have something to do with the globe.
Oh, wait. I have to mess with this fucking thing? I did it. I went to 90 North, 30 East. That's what it is, right?
This enigmatic illustration.
No, 30 North, 90 East. I had it opposite.
With light, unlock her love's release. It worked. Need to find the White Queen. Croft has entered the forbidden mezzanine. She'll have to be careful. I just wanted to thank you for your discretion, as well as the work you have done. The vault has been constructed exactly to my specifications. The final payment will be sent at the end of the week. The delay was due to an accounting error, which has now been rectified. Yours, Richard Croft. Need to find the White Queen.
Look at this fucking British dude
Where you stand, these masks seem to stare at you.
going across the world, just stealing other countries' shit and putting it in his house. I don't think this belongs to you, bro. I don't think this belongs to you either.
Is it Kukulkan? I wonder who those two dogs are.
This should be in a fucking museum in
This
Mexico.
is from Colombia. A Xeno chieftain mask. I wonder if these eyes have seen El Dorado. I haven't seen some of these artifacts before. An ossuary. This box contains the bones of the dead. I can't read the inscription. This is the kind of armor that the conquistadors wore during the Age of Discovery. I wonder what they found.
Indigenous people to fucking rape and poison and kill.
A statue of an Ariki from the Cook Islands. 25th Dynasty. The interior of the sarcophagus is incredibly intricate. This looks Greek? No, Persian. I wonder what she's guarding. A Persian lioness. But someone stole her head. I wonder what she was looking at. An African tribal mask, made of gold. Ashanti, perhaps. The death mask of Agamemnon, found in Mycenae.
Agamemnon's death mask. Dude, this dude needs to be raided by fucking Interpol or something.
The great bat's wings unfurl.
Oh, I lit up its bat nipples.
The head of King David. From a shepherd to a king. Imagine that. A quotation from Chaucer. What is better than wisdom? Woman. What is better than a good woman? Nothing.
Does it want does it want guys on this or does it want guys off of them? Or maybe it wants the shield guys on them.
The knight's shield reflects the light beam. There she is! The White Queen. Trapped. I have to help her. This is an old game. 2 shields and a white crown. Could that be the White Queen? A Byzantine scroll. Justice is the constant and perpetual wish to render everyone his due. Emperor Justinian. This is Egyptian, an evil eye box. The contents were meant to help sustain and provide for people in the afterlife. The poor queen. Maria Theresa died a painful death, to which the king said, "This is the first trouble she has given me." The Sun King, Louis XIV, married Maria Theresa, ending a long-standing war between France and Spain.
Oh, I can't move these ones anymore.
Have to free the White Queen.
How do I go about freeing the White Queen?
A Yatiri, a South American healer.
You need a Nazi computer to play Star Citizen? What the fuck? You need a Nazi computer to play? I didn't realize that was a prerequisite, but shit.
This is Egyptian, an evil eye box. The contents were meant to help sustain and provide for people in the afterlife.
NASA computer. My computer, which is a Ryzen 7, can handle it. Lol, what, a 3060 not good enough for modern game? It's Star Citizen, which is not optimized well. The fan is going out. I need to upgrade the internal memory on my PC. If I get this job tomorrow, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. Man, do it fast, because RAM is about to get crazy fucking expensive. It's already getting expensive, but it's about to get unbearably expensive. One of the 3 major manufacturers of RAM have announced that they're getting out of the commercial market, and they're only going to manufacture RAM for AI companies now. Because everything is shitty, so why not? Why not make it even shittier? What am I supposed to do here?
Have to free the White Queen.
This thing lifts. It has chains connected to it. How do I operate this?
Have to free the White Queen.
How can I get this damn thing to lift?
Mid-14th century barding. Germanic, I think. I can't imagine how heavy those bardings were. Those poor horses.
Something about a bat. Oh, I opened the bat wings. That's right. So I got the coordinates. I opened the bat wings. I moved the pieces.
This enigmatic illustration, recovered from a cursed and empty mausoleum, might be what our brave adventurer needs to finally...
I don't know. This is 57%. What the fuck? Is there a secret book on the shelf? I'm locked in on trying to solve this. I think Doesn't give me a whole lot of clues on this.
Have to free the White Queen.
I don't know how to do this. How do I lift this fucking gate up? Oops. You know, I'm at a loss on how to solve this, but I gotta end the stream here soon. I gotta get ready for bed. I don't know how to get this fucking gate up. Yeah, Micron, RIP Micron. AI is so dystopian. I wonder what they're going to do at my return. What return? I hope they send me my RAM instead of a refund of the price I paid a year ago because I knew the price was going up. Oh, what? You returned some RAM? Maybe more than a year ago at this point. After a year, it was still under warranty? Yeah, it must have been under a year. Question is, if I get a replacement, do I sell it for do I sell it for $800 or put it back on my computer? That's a tough question. It's a tough question. Do you need it back in your computer? I don't know how to do this. I'm about to give up.
Have to free the White Queen.
Were these guys always facing her? I guess I can't move these shield guys. I guess they were always facing her. Maybe it wants everything else off. I don't know. I'm at a loss.
This is an old game. 2 shields and a white crown. Could that be the White Queen?
I'm open to suggestions if anybody out there has any suggestions for me. Oh, it's a bunch of Steam Deck talk going on. I'm not liking my Steam Deck. Too little battery life for not enough gaming beefiness. I have a suggestion. Check with Google because I'm plumb out of suggestions. All right, Kai. I think I'm gonna take you up on that Google just so I can get this done and save it and quit because I gotta pee and I gotta get to bed for the night and I don't want to fucking deal with this next time. What? Is that it? You know, I was very close to actually doing that too, but I didn't think.
Now I can free her.
I didn't think the globe had anything. I was going to mess with that too. I was right there. I was right here looking at it. I was like, but I didn't because I didn't think the globe had anything to do with the fucking ladder.
With light,
Jeez.
unlock her love's release. Amazing. Her heart pounding, our hero crosses the threshold into the unknown. These are Mum's things.
The path was dark and is guarded by bats, said the Red Knight. The White Queen regarded him with a curious smile and said,
Bats! I'm not afraid of bats. I'm not afraid of...
Their facial animations look weird.
Tell me about this.
You and me are riding a T-Rex in Egypt.
Where's Daddy?
At work.
This is very, very important. I cannot abandon my responsibilities just on the verge.
You are always on the verge. Your obsession is destroying this family.
Obsession? I'm upset.
You are missing your daughter's childhood because you're always in some tomb on the other side of the world. Why can't you be happy with what you have?
Oh, for goodness sake, you don't have to deal with it.
Dad?
Please, for goodness sake, you've got to understand. This is probably the most important one I've arrived at. Well, okay, what do? I have to...
You just dissolve?
Dad! Dad! Come on. Please, Dad. Wake up. Dad. Don't leave me.
Morning.
You can get a Steam Deck and not play any Steam games on it, just games from other places if you want.
So, Silver
I could do that with the ROG Ally.
Yeah.
Okay. Oops. Oh, wait, was this? Okay, that must have cost 2 skill points then. Wait, why is it still saying? Okay. Oh, boy. I didn't really care for portable gaming either. I still don't care for portable gaming, to be honest. I just don't have the interest or attention span for it whenever I am, like, attempting to. I used to a little bit when I was doing the, when I was playing, when I had a DS, a 3DS. But, it was only a couple of games, too, even. Like, what would I play on the 3DS? Phoenix Wright, Hotel Dusk. I think I played that, Zelda Link Between Worlds. Beyond a couple of games, it was just never a big thing of mine. Just playing Devil's Advocate, that would be kind of a wasted purchase, Arachnid. If you're going to do that, just use a PC. Just use the mouse or desktop mod or modding that trackpad. Thanks for the stream, Devin. Hey, no problem, Wes. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out. I appreciate it. I wasn't into Switch, really. I only ever played Switch while it was docked on to my TV. I've never played it portably. Alright, that's good to be it for me tonight. I'm up way later than I wanted to be, so thank you for stopping by and hanging out. I appreciate it, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow, I'm sure. Maybe more Tomb Raider, maybe something else. I'm not sure. I'll figure it out at the time. But hope you all have a great rest of your night. Hope to see you all again tomorrow. If not, take care, and I'll see you when I see you. Later, everybody.